Now to Tanzania, where police have imposed an evening curfew in the main city, Dar es Salaam, after protesters tore down banners supporting the president and burned a police station after general elections. There are 17 presidential candidates, but incumbent Samia Suluhu Hassan of the ruling CCM party is expected to win easily. Her main challengers have been either barred from standing in the election or jailed. Her strongest opponent's on trial for treason, potentially facing the death penalty. We can get more from DW's East Africa correspondent, Sella Oneko. Welcome, Sella. Joins us from neighbouring Kenya. This sounds bad. What else are you hearing?
Yes, we're actually hearing very little at the moment because there's been a media blackout since about midday, and also internet and phone lines have been shut down. So that means that even getting information out of the country from our own colleagues has been very difficult. But what we did hear earlier in the day is that people were voting, that there was a very low voter turnout. And as you said, also, we saw videos of protests happening, mainly in the commercial capital, Dar es Salaam, but also in some other smaller towns. There we heard of basically the police dispersing protesters with tear gas. We also heard of some injuries, but we don't know how serious these injuries were. And we also heard of protesters chanting they don't want the ruling CCM party and the president Samia Suluhu Hassan. So we're hoping that more information will come out of Tanzania in the next few days.
And is an election win for Suluhu Hassan a foregone conclusion, given that all the opposition have been banned or jailed?
On a presidential level, definitely yes, because while there are 16 other candidates, the main opposition leader has been in jail since April facing treason charges, and also the presidential candidate of the third biggest party, ACT Wazalendo, has been disqualified from running. So basically, she is running unopposed. So that basically leaves, nobody else up there for running for president.
Tanzania has always been seen as one of Africa's more stable democracies. What's changed?
It has been seen as, or it has been a very stable country, but what we must also remember is that the CCM ruling party has been in power basically since independence. So the opposition, there's never been a change in government since independence. What people are saying at the moment, and what is worrying people, is the crackdown on opposition members and also government critics. So, and for example, human rights groups have been calling on the government to investigate cases of disappearances, and which they say they can't directly link to the government, but the government should at least investigate them. And so they say that this has reached unprecedented levels, and also that the people who have gone missing, for example, a former ambassador, have been more high-profile people than before.
So a quick word about what to expect then in the coming days.
Yes, so one thing we're hoping for really is that basically the internet and also the phone lines will be restored so that we can get more information out of the country. We're also expecting to see preliminary results and then also results within the next 3 days. And we're hoping also to hear from election observers, because there have been election observers on the ground from the African Union and also the East African community.
Thank you, Sella. Sella Oneko in Nairobi.